Hello everyone, welcome to another video with Lizzie Stamps. I'm Beth Robinson and I am here to show you some really great new products in the upcoming annual catalog. Here's the cover of the catalog. I wish I could show you all the wonderful goodies that are inside, but June 3rd you will be able to receive a catalog from me if you would like, and see all the new wonderful products that are being offered starting June 3rd, as I said. And so, first of all, I wanted to show you our new in colors that are coming out. I'm really excited about the new colors. I love the fact that we get in colors every 2 years. So the colors that came out last year, they will be in the catalog this year and they will retire next year. So the new in colors for 2020 through 2022, and they come out with 5. I'm going to show them to you right now. I made this bookmark for my club members to use to mark in their new catalogs. And I just wanted to showcase the in colors. So we have, the first color is Cinnamon Cider. Then we have Bumblebee. We have Misty Meadow. We have Just Jade and Magenta Madness. Love the big vibrant colors. I thought at first when I saw them, I said, well, I didn't know if they'd work well together, but then you put them together and they're just really, really pretty. The in color inks were not available for us to pre-order, so I was thinking, well, how can I showcase the colors? Well, what's wonderful is that Versamark is a wonderful tool to help enhance the color of the paper. So I took one of the new stamp sets called Lovely You, and has wonderful sentiments, and I love the script writing, and it has some great floral and leaf images in here. And so what I did is I randomly stamped the floral images onto the different strips of cardstock and just glued them onto crumb cake cardstock, 2x5, I think two and a, hold on a second, I can measure it right now, 2.5 by 5. So, and I stamped the Just Because in Memento black ink, and then I layered it. This is a fun new punch that is coming out in the catalog. It's a layering punch. I am going to do a video on this punch. I don't want to show it off just yet, but it is really fun. So it does make, when you punch it, it makes this edge, and then also you can, depending on the layers. So the layer is 1 inch, 3/4 inch, or a 1/2 inch. So this is the 1/2 inch, and then this is the 3/4 inch, and this is the inch. So it really is fun to make different kind of layers. And I thought this just to showcase that punch a little bit as well. And also we have this beautiful cotton ribbon in the new in colors, and I tied that around. I just took 2 strips of 6-inch ribbon and tied it with the linen thread. And so here are some other ones that I'm working on. I still have one more to make, but there you can see, you can showcase all the wonderful colors. The cotton ribbon is just really, I just love it. It's very soft, it's very pliable, easy to work with. So those are the new in colors that are coming out. And today I'm going to show you a suite that's being offered in the catalog called In Good Taste. And when I first saw this suite, I said, okay, I'm not really sure if I can make what I would like to do in making this, but when I saw the paper and realized that not normally in our designer paper, we get 12 sheets of the cardstock. Well, in this paper pack, you get 24 sheets. And this is great paper for masculine and feminine cards. This is what I love about Stampin' Up. They're always thinking outside the box. So there's really some great patterns, and I'm quickly just going to go through the patterns so you can see. Here we have like a wood plank. This is something like a shiplap on your wall. The colors in this pack are gray granite, smoky slate, night of navy, petal pink, rococo rose. Let's see what other colors are in here. Early espresso, basic gray, very vanilla, whisper white. So there's a variety of colors to use in this paper pack. And then on the other side here, you have this nice acrylic paint brush effect. And you have some tones of the browns and the grays in here. So that's one sheet. The next sheet, oh, you can, to see this in person is just incredible. I really like the photogenic, realistic papers. And like with the pressed petal suite that we had in the annual catalog that's ending soon, I just love this is the same kind of concept, just taking realistic pictures. So here we have the tile flooring. This was something you see in a bathroom, which is great. And then you have another, this is like a barn wood feel effect. I mean, you look at it and it's stunning. It's so 3D. It pops out of the cardstock. It's really, really great. Really great. And then here we have another tile. And on the other side, here's a textile. This is a fabric. And this is almost like a linen. But again, you have all the various colors in it. So they'll work great. And here's another acrylic paint. I love this with the rococo rose. And on the other side, you have a darker wood. It's like a nice wood flooring. This one is really another favorite of mine with the night of navy behind the whisper white. And you can see that these are tile squares making the pattern. This is something that could be a backsplash in your kitchen, could be in the bathroom, it could be down a hallway. There's just so many, I mean, I could see this everywhere. And then again, you have another wood, but this is a wider planked wood, which I love. Here we go. Here's a marble granite, like wall. And then on the other side, this is almost like a leather or suede. It's got the granite gray and the smoky slate in it, and a little bit of the whisper white. Here's another textile pattern. Looks like it's very soft. So you have the early espresso and the whisper white with this nice mosaic pattern. And then on the other side, nice dark. I love the knotting of the wood. Really great. This one has a little bit of pearl in it, which is great, but the dimension, you can even see it in here. You can tell that it's like concaving. It's really, really great. And on the other side, here's another beautiful plush. It's almost like a baby's blanket in a rococo rose and petal pink. So very pretty. Here's another one. I call this the subway tile sheet. You have your grays and your white grout. And then on the other side, in night of navy, same with the rococo rose sheet, but again, you're using just big brush strokes of the white acrylic paint. Here's another textile. This is like a basket weave and very vanilla, and it has a little bit of undertone of probably early espresso, a little bit lighter than that, but it's nice. And then on the other side, you have this beautiful light wood. Here we have another beautiful night of navy with white. They're tile This is a really nice, I could see this definitely in a bathroom or a backsplash of a kitchen. And on the other side, here you have a woven textile fabric pattern. So you have early espresso, you've got the night of navy, you have a little bit of the granite gray. And last but not least, here another marble. This is a little bit rougher, not as polished. Really nice. This is, I've seen a lot of this like on people's fireplace walls. And on the other side, you have this beautiful, very, very light wood grain. So those are the paper stack that you get in this suite. The bundle, this is called the Tasteful Touches bundle. And in this bundle, so you have the really nice, you have all these pencil drawn images. I really like this image right here, very vintagey. Then you have a feather and you have some leaves, and here's another one. It all goes with the whole suite. The writing, you have your block writing, you also have your script writing, and then here you have both the block and the script, which is really nice. And then I like to keep when a bundle comes together, I like to keep the framelits together. The framelits here, again, these are really fun because we're used to seeing the stitched edges on our rectangle stitched dies, but now we've got this wonderful image, so it has lines on it. So when you cut something out, so for example, here, when I was making a card, you can see the lined image. You have a lined image there, and then on the card I made, the outside of where I cut has a line. So I think that's a really nice touch. So you have, let's see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dies that come with this bundle. Now, the difference between, just quickly, a suite and a bundle. So this you can buy separately as a bundle and save 10%. But they also, what I love about Stampin' Up, I usually want it all. I want the embellishments, I want the ribbon, I want the paper, and I want the dies and the stamp set all together. And that's what we call a suite. So Tastefully Touches is part of this suite. So the paper, this bundle, this is a great tasteful, it's called the Tasteful 3D Embossing Folder. Again, it's got a texture, it's almost like a textile texture, and it's similar to the Subtles Embossing Folder, if you have that one. But I really like this, it's very subtle. I'm gonna show you a card that I made using this. And then we have these wonderful In Good Taste elements. So you have, these are pressed wood, so you have a smooth side, it's a little bit lighter. And on the other side, you have more of the burnished emboss effect. See how you have with these plus signs, there's a line going through them. And this is almost like a little bit more burnt looking. So you get one sheet of that, and then you also get a sheet, 3 sheets actually, of the leaves. And again, you will see this burnished side, there's a line there, you get to see the lines here. And then on the other side is the smooth, lighter side. So I've been using those a lot. Okay. So I'm going to show you some of the products that I use to make some of these cards. I actually copied this card straight out of the catalog using the Tasteful Touches stamp set with the coordinating dies, and just saying hello, ran it through the Big Shot with this, I don't know how to call it, I call it, it almost looks like a fishbowl die. And then I sponged with Rococo Rose. And it's nice. It's like I said, you really bring out the color of the paper when you use the same ink on the paper. It doesn't even look like this is the Rococo Rose ink right on top of the paper. And underneath here, I have a layer of the designer paper. You can see that. Then I popped up the stamped layer on Rococo Rose with dimensionals, as well as the saying. And then I took some of the burnished wood leaves and put glue dots on there. And this is a smoky slate base. And when you open it up, I just stamped the floral image in Rococo Rose. So just saying hello, I don't need anything else inside. That's why I like having that image. And then when I take my envelope to mail, I'm gonna make sure that I stamp a flower onto the envelope. That's one card I made. With the extra piece that I had, I made this card, and I used the Wink of Stella, colored in the flower. So I didn't have to stamp any of this. Was part of this card. So this is the inside of this card. And then I took a piece of the designer paper, and you can see I used that 3D embossing folder, and you can see just the subtleness of it. There's enough of a dimension in the piece of designer paper, but I just wanted to level it up a little bit more. So it just adds a little extra special touch. And then I took some of our petal pink satin ribbon that is carrying over from this year's catalog, wrapped it around the cardstock and tied a knot. And this is Smoky Slate, and I stamped with Rococo Rose the sentiment, and then popped it all up onto the card. And then we have these cute, clear, they almost look like glass drops. And this is part of another suite that I'll be showing soon. And they are bubbled and they are flat on the bottom. So they're like glass beads. They're really pretty. So I just added that little touch to it. So that's how I use that extra piece to go with this card. And then I did the same thing, made the same card, but used petal pink. So it just gives a little bit, I really just like the feeling of it, and the same paper, but you can also notice that this paper looks different. You can see that. Again, I sponged with petal pink with the sponge dauber. Okay, and to make something a little bit more 3D, I had some of these frames left over from another project, and I copied this directly from the catalog. They actually made this as a card, but I decided to put it into a frame. And this is a 4x6 frame, and I stamped the floral images in granite gray and took my blender pen with Rococo Rose and colored in all the shadows of the flower. And then I fussy cut them out. I also stamped the floral image in Mossy Meadow, and also that other fleur-de-lis stamp or image, and I stamped that in granite gray as well. And then took a piece of another piece of the designer paper with the Rococo Rose, and I took dimensionals after I wrapped the linen thread around. And then I took some of the wood leaves elements and put glue dots on them. So, and then put the glass, there is glass under here. But I love the fact that you can see a different way, not just for making the card. This is what I think this paper is going to be so good for. Sorry, my lights are, there we go. So I really think this is going to be a fun suite to play with. I did use a bow maker and I made the bow. I didn't like it plain without something just to add that little special touch. And then I have some more of the leaf elements that I took with glue dots and glued it on. So there you go. So you can make this as a hostess gift. You can make it, I've got my parents' anniversary coming up, and I thought this would be a nice gift to give them. So anyway, I hope that you will follow along on my Facebook page, Lizzie Stamps, Stampin' Up, and also on my Instagram page at Lizzie Stamps. So hopefully I will see you again. I really appreciate you watching this video, and I will have all the description in the underneath this video so you can see and go to my blog and what I used, and hopefully starting June 3rd that you'll decide that you'd like to buy the same suite to create your special cards. Have a great day. Thanks.